Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome to Software Inc., where today we're going to be going through doing something a little bit different from what you normally see done in Software Inc., and that is seeing if I can get to $10 million in value before I release any software. Now, this is not going to be done just through contracts. I got all sorts of ways that I know how to do this, so let's hop in and let's see if we can do this. But we're going to start a brand new game. I have myself right here. Bam. There I am. Little thick on the bottom, but that's okay. All right, we're all good to go here. We're going to start off with a standard medium. We're going to shift it up to 2 days per. And I'm also just going to keep my starting funds at 25,000. We are going to change my name, my software name, to SimSoft, because that's pretty good. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to look through, and we're just going to refresh a couple times, see if anything really stands out to me here. I do like this orbital one. I think I'm going to go with this orbital one. I like this one. So we're going to go ahead and go with that one. That one's pretty good. I'm going to see if I can just shift that, though, to green. There we go. That looks better for me. So we're going to go with that. And that's our company. And let's get in here. We're going to pick our map. Now, here's where the first of our mods are going to come in, guys. I'm using mods, and I'm going to use the Garage Inc. Expanded. Now, I'm doing this because I want more room for what my plans are to get me off the ground. So let's start off with Garage Inc. Now, I am only going to start with myself, and it's going to be a nice little quaint office, nothing super huge. Also, I am going to focus on some decoration here in this one. So let's go through and let's get some decoration going, shall we? Okay, we're going to go with a couple of desks right here like that. We're going to grab ourselves the nice executive chair. We're going to put that guy down. I'm immediately going to change its color to something a little bit more blue, so we'll sit out with that. Just kind of seems to meet the times. I'm going to go with, let's see, standard computer right there. I'm going to go with maybe a wee bit of a calculator on the desk. Now, here's one of the things that I like to do to get myself a little bit more organized. First things first, I got all sorts of different decorations that I can do. So I'm going to start off and grab, let's see, let's do a, I don't know, maybe like a little cactus, okay? And we're going to go through and decorate out a little bit with a cactus there. Maybe we'll grab a small little painting that goes on the desk. This guy right here. Take you, spin you around, maybe something like that. That looks decent. We can go through and change the style or color or the image that's on there if we wanted to. But I don't need to do that right now. That little dude's fine. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my, this guy right here, the cubicle wall. And I'm just going to kind of cube this guy in, right? Nothing too fancy there. What I will do, though, is I'm going to come in here for this color wood. I'm going to copy this. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here to both of my desks. And I'm just going to change that color so it matches that. I need a wee little light in here, but we'll get that in just a second. First, what I would like to do is I want to grab my shelves. Now, I do this because I like this little look of having a shelf above me. And I can do this then. So let's move this guy. Let's move this guy to like, actually, let's do this. We're going to move you back here again. Move you up. Move this guy to be like right there. Move this guy, maybe. No, you're going to, actually, let's change you to a light. We'll change you to a light. Okay, so you're blocked by something. Fine. Fine. All right, here we go. We'll just throw you in maybe like that. And then I'm actually just going to grab my light because I know I can fit this guy in here because I've done it before. And there we go. All right, then why the shelf? If you may be asking yourself, Sim, why the shelf? The shelf is so that way I can take some nice books that I have here and make myself a little bookshelf. There we go. So that's a nice little zone right there. I do need a light in this room because it is very, very dark. I do prefer this triangle headlamp. So we'll put that guy in there. That looks a lot better. And then finally, I think that I'm going to come down here. I have all these like custom wall paintings. So I'm going to take like this medium one, slap it up on the wall there. And I have so many different images that I can choose from here. Now this stuff, it's a mod that I got, so don't be surprised that all of this is absolutely AI'd out. That is not me making this at all. I own absolutely nothing when it comes to this. But I do like that. Oops. I forgot to press the apply button. Take that guy, put you there. Apply that guy. And then I'm going to come to the style here, and I am just going to put that wood frame to match that on there, because I think that looks good. And then finally, because all good offices need it, and if you don't have it in your office, it's a detriment to you, and that is the ability to get some sort of caffeine, whether that is soda, the ever so loved coffee, or if you get yourself tea. Either one, any of those actually are delicious. I'm gonna go for the espresso machine right off the bat. It's more expensive than any other kind of coffee, but I recently got an espresso maker, and let me tell you guys, I'm never looking back. So let's go over here really quick, back to office. I do have a coffee cup that I can place on the desk if I can fit it in here. It doesn't look like I'm getting able to fit it in here. So no coffee cup for Sim. All right, there we go. So enough building. Here's my little office. It's very nice. And it's just there. I mean, it is what it is. It's a nice little office, I think. So for now, let's go ahead and get started here. So how am I going to raise money? That may be what a lot of people are asking. Sim, how are you going to make money? I'm going to show you. So first we are going to start off with contracts. Okay. I'm going to start off with contracts. I need to use contracts to get me over $100,000. Once I'm over $100,000, I'm going to truly have some money I can start to play with, i.e. getting more spaces, which is why I've gone with Garage Inc. Expanded, and starting to be able to do things like doing service contracts, doing marketing jobs, things like that, because there's deals. I'm also going to invest in companies. It's going to be a whole thing. There's going to be a lot of moving parts here, but let's at least get started with getting ourselves some stuff. So we're going to start off with some game assets here. I'm going to go ahead and accept that work. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward here. I should be coming into the office anytime here. You're going to see me start rocking this out. Now, the most important thing right now in the beginning is making sure that I get my stuff to outstanding quality, because with outstanding quality, I will be able to push myself, that reputation up higher, get better deals, get better contracts, all of that. So boom, first one, outstanding quality. Okay, I'm gonna come in here. It's about 3 p.m. I don't really have the time to get a second contract, so we're just gonna fast forward through the day, get into the next day here. We're gonna grab the next thing of game assets. I do that just in case something takes a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Okay, just like that. We're gonna develop this guy now. Let that artwork go on out. Promote that, finish that, pause. I have 2 hours. I might be able to start on another contract here. Let's do a simple logistics application. And we'll get this rocketed out. This is gonna be all system. Here we go. Get that guy developed. And while that's going, I want to look at my finances. Okay, so right now, construction's about $3,000. So bills are about $3,000 a month right now. Between watering my plant, rent, electricity, and coffee, I need to make around $2,000 to $3,000 a month to not be in the negative. So that means with these contracts that are paying me $7,000 a piece, I am making quite a bit more money, and we're going to be able to get into hiring people way faster than I was before. So we're going to go ahead and get this one done. Promote that guy, finish that guy, turn right around. It's noon. We're going to go, not my releases. We're not going to have any of those for a long time. Let's do these game assets. I'm going to accept that work. I'm also going to accept 2 of them at the same time. We're going to see how this goes. This is going to slow me down significantly, but we're going to just kind of up the priority on 1. Get an iteration done, develop that. Okay, and we're pushing these out. This one's iteration's done. We're going to develop that, promote that, finish that. Outstanding quality, fantastic. Promote and finish that with outstanding quality. It's still only noon, so let's go through. Let's grab another one, some game assets. This one only 2D, so this should be fine. We can rock this guy out really fast. Bam, develop that guy. Can I get it done before the end of the day? I can't. But we're going to fly through a couple of days early here. All right, we're going to promote that guy and finish that guy. That brings us up to $66,000. We're going to go in here once again, contract work. We got 2 more sets of game assets here. I'm going to accept both of those, up the priority on 1. And then we're going to get going here. Going to get us up. The 2D art's pretty much finished on that one, so we'll go through and develop that guy. Get that art to around 50%, promote and finish. There we go. Got $75,000, $14,000 in 1 month. Develop this guy. I'm going to come over here. More contracts right here. A cool... Actually, let's do an embedded system. Let's do an embedded system. They're expecting bad quality. We're going to give them something well better than bad quality. Let's get to this. We're going to let them finish out this over here by making that the priority. Promote that and finish that. Outstanding quality again. This guy, develop that. Push this guy out. We're going to get that to about 44%. We'll finish it today. First day of April of our first year. We're already 5 months in. Promote that. We're going to let them fix 2 bugs. 1, 2. Finish that. Outstanding quality. Right here again, contract work. Ooh, we're starting to get some of these more advanced ones. Now, these require us to actually have a setup, which we will get to doing that later on, just not quite yet, because we're not ready to start doing things like thermostat printers and speaker printers, board assemblers, case printers. We're not ready to do that yet, right? So instead, we're going to focus on some of these other things that we can do because we're not ready for assembly lines. So let's do some game assets. 14,000. They're looking for mediocre quality. We're going to get that started. And we're going to kick that off right there. And we're going to let me pump this guy out. This one is going to be two different progress lines that I have to fulfill here. Okay, I'm going to develop that guy now, and we're just going to kind of let him work on it because this isn't due till tomorrow. The other fun thing you can do if you wanted is you could go right ahead and put your own guy into crunch mode in this. They're not affected by crunch at all. They never get affected by crunch. So honestly, it's one of those things that you could do if you so wanted. Okay, there was $14,000. It's 10 a.m. I wonder if I can pop off a really quick game assets right away today. Can I pop this out before the end of the day if we kind of watch it? I sure can. All right, let's get that out. And there we go. We're at $110,000. Okay. So with that $110,000, I'm ready to already start getting employees because we have a lot of money. We're making good money. I can bring in employees. We're going to finish contracts faster. But before I do that, before you guys get on me, we're going to call cleaning, maintenance, and IT support. Just make sure everything's good to go. I'm going to go through right here, and I'm going to copy my good old desk that I have. And I'm just going to put one down right here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let me go through, delete this extra lamp because I don't need it. Let me grab all of this. And I'm actually going to move this, and I'm going to turn it like that. And then I'm going to move it one more time. There we go. Move my light back. Oops. We'll put it like right there. That's pretty good. I'm still getting my coffee. I'm going to copy this guy, put that guy down. And now we have room for a whole nother employee here. And honestly, I probably could get another one in here. Let's get me working really quick. Let's do a logistics application. They're just looking for bad quality. We'll get that guy in. And then let's look for our first employee. I'm going to hire an employee. And here's something else that I'm going to do. I'm only going to hire medium and high salaries. This is dangerous, but I think I'm going to have to do it. So let's look here. Compatibility. You're about $5,000. I have design for all spaces and programming's up pretty high. So you're going to be able to help me out with a lot. So Sandra Wright, you're 44. Welcome to the team is what I'm going to say. Welcome to the team. We're going to hire you in. You have limited funds. Yes, we are going to hire her in. I'm not worried about that. Then I'm going to get to go in here and we're going to get to work. Sandra will start tomorrow. We got that done. I'm going to develop that guy right there. I'm going to promote that guy, and we're going to finish it. Just like that. Outstanding quality. My reputation right now is almost to 3, which is great. I'm going to start some more contracts here. Let's go for a bigger logistics application. They're looking for horrible quality, but that's okay. Let's get that going. I'm going to up that to 10 priority right there, just off the bat. Not because I'm going to get anybody in the door quite yet, but let's at least get that going. Holy crap, we already almost have that. Let's get that guy developed. Why not? Get that in. Sandra's here for her first time, just like that. That went way faster than I thought it was going to. Let's get one bug finished if we can. Can we get a bug fixed? There's one bug fixed. We'll finish that out. Outstanding quality, another $12,000. Let's do an $18,000 logistics application. Accept that guy in right here. How fast can you guys pump this out? Little bit harder. A little bit harder. She's upset. Oh, she can't. She's hungry. Oh, crap. I forgot all about that. Well, let's just make it nice and simple for you then. Here you go. There's that. Hopefully you brought your own food, because I'm definitely just putting in a good old mini fridge. So I hope you brought your own food with you. Can I just face it off a little bit? Yeah, there we go. There we are. All right. Hope you can find your food in there now. Because there it is. Sorry, I know you're probably hungry on your first day. That's totally my bad. I'm going to say that now. That was my bad. But now you brought your own lunch. So now you can eat. So enjoy that. Okay, sweet. So let's get this guy developed. We're at $128,000. I'm really, really, really tempted to get a whole nother team going. Let's finish this guy really quick. Promote and finish that guy with outstanding quality. Another $16,000. Just like that, $23,000, $17,000. Salaries are $5,000 a month right now. So now, no matter what, I'm looking at about $7,000 a month is required in order for me to stay in the green. So we have to do that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to get this area and this area. I'm going to decorate them out really quick, and then we will we'll talk about what I did. All right, and there we are. So just like that, I've gone through and I've expanded our space quite a bit. Now, I did try to focus on getting some good decoration in here, adding a little bit of flair to each one of the different desks, trying to switch things up a little bit. These two are kind of the samey, but that's okay. We can edit those a little bit later on. But the other things that I went ahead and did is I did things like I added in a server, which this server is now going to be our SCM server. So that's what that guy's actually for. It's so that way I have somewhere that I can start going through and, I don't know, just getting it to be better. Because, when you put things on the SCM server, it gives a bonus to how quickly they're working on things, all of that. It just helps productivity. So you want to get yourself a server pretty early on. I turned this room here into a very small break room, and I made myself a little bit of a reception area. This is done because I want to start taking some more contracts and getting a whole nother team here soon, but I have to let everybody know that I'm open for deals. So this is now ready to go. I went through, I got like a really basic lobby area here for me going. I already accepted another contract as well. We're sitting at a cool $119,000 still. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to rock this guy out. We're going to see how quickly we can get this done here. Just like that, we're going to develop that guy. She's already using that break room. That's great to see. Put that on the, put this onto the SCM server. There we go. And we're sitting, we lost about $13,000 that month. That was $11,000 in construction. So let's promote this guy, and we're going to finish that guy. Outstanding quality. Okay. So this is the month of July. We're in July. So I think we covered up our bills right there with that one contract. But let's go through and let's see if we can hammer out another quick one here with this quick logistics application. See if we can get a little bit more money today. Develop that guy. Promote that guy. Finish that guy. Another outstanding contract. July, I am now making $7,000. Very good. We don't want to be in the red. Red is bad for our company. I'm going to get an embedded system here. We're going to start working on that. We should be able to hammer this out ridiculously fast, like we have been. There we go. Develop that guy. Get that going. Promote and finish, and just like, oh, satisfactory quality on that one. Ooh. Oof, I definitely thought we would have done better than that. Okay, let's go in here to contract work. We're starting to get some bigger contracts, okay? Like this one. An embedded system for $200,000, $238,000. They want good quality. And I'm going to get $61,000 up front. I'm going to get this, okay? Now I'm going to get this, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into our teams. I'm going to go into my guy that's right here. I'm going to go into HR management. I'm going to say handle wages and complaints, and don't handle role selection. Just let's just not do that right now. Education amount 3. We're going to say one person can be educated at a time. Specializations is going to be in system 2D, 3D audio networking, because it is my core team. Let's get 2 programmers and 2 designers. And we're going to go medium salaries. Specializations, once again, system, hardware, nope, not hardware, 2D, 3D audio network. Okay. And then go to my employees, click on me, change my role, and assign me to be the leader. Okay. So with all of that aside, I should end up hiring people for my team here. There we go. I hired a couple people. Actually, I only hired 1, but it is what it is. And now we have 8 days to do this. I have $195,000 in the bank. I have more than enough room for people. I don't know what happened to my other... Did I fire them? No, Sandra Wright's still here. Okay, good. I got a little worried there. I was worried we fired Sandra Wright. She must be on vacation today. Yes, she did go on vacation today. Okay, so starting tomorrow, we're going to have 4 people on the team, and they're expecting something better than what I'm normally putting out. While we're doing that, let's grab a cheeky little embedded system here. I'm going to accept that guy. I'm going to send that out. And we're going to get this guy developed just to make sure that we're making enough money here. And just like that, I'm going to promote that guy. Fix up a couple bugs and finish that. Outstanding quality. We actually lost $2,000 last month. We lost $2,000 in July due to construction costs, due to bills and stuff like that. We had $12,000 in bills. It probably was the increase in cost of electricity and things like that. Oh, the rent went up. That's what it was. Rent increased by quite a bit. Okay, so we already have Delft Tech League's embedded system into iteration 1. Now, they want good quality. I have 6 days left. I think I'm going to push this to another... I think I'm going to push this guy to another iteration. Because if we go to details here, I'm blowing through everything pretty quick. So I'm not super worried about us getting this knocked out. There we go. There's that guy knocked out. So yeah, we'll let it go one more day here. While we're letting it go one more day, I'm going to grab a small little embedded system again. Accept that work. And let them hammer this out. So that way we can at least get some money here. Finish that guy out. Now we're at this iteration, so we're going to hit the develop button on that guy. Come here, right back in here again, because we need something for our designers to do. And let's give them, it is 12:30. They get 1 day. Let's get that's 2 months. Let's hold off until tomorrow. We'll just let these guys hammer this out for right now. And we'll hold off until tomorrow, and then we'll accept some more contracts here. So let's go with these game assets for $15,000. I lost $6,000 again because rent, salaries is now a total of $17,000 for everything. And so I have to make $22,000 a month, $25,000 a month in order to be successful. And last month I made 19. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We're going to make a lot of money once we release this embedded system. It's slowing us down. So let's get at least this done. I want to release this guy here. And then in the next episode, we're going to come back and we are going to do some great stuff here. I'm going to get this guy higher priority on that. Ooh, this is taking longer than I thought. I don't have another artist. Let's do this. I need to come to my teams. I need to go to HR management. I need another artist. Let me get one artist. Oof. I didn't even think about that. My team slowed down due to them not having an artist. Other things I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to call cleaning today, and then I'm also going to hire cleaning. Because I want there to be a decent... I want my office to be clean. I hate it when it looks dirty. So we'll have that going. Art looks like it's doing way better. I'm going to promote this guy. We're going to finish that guy. Inadequate quality on that one. That's a wee bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Okay, we're already over where we need to be. We have 3 days left on this guy. Details-wise, nothing's really, like, taken off right now. We should have had more people working on this, honestly. I probably am going to want to expand my team a little bit more. I have plenty of room to do that. But for now, it's okay. I lost $18,000 in October, but I'm about to gain 100 and some thousand, so it's working out to where we're going to be definitely outside of the red by the end of the year. This guy right now, coding-wise, is only 66%, which is above this line. Art is finished out completely, although they want it good, so we'll give it tomorrow, and then we'll turn it in. So there we go. We got code over 70%. Let's get it to... Let's just promote it now. Why not? We'll fix up 5 bugs. 8 bugs. Good enough. We'll finish that. Outstanding quality. $226,000. Giving us $313,000. Just like that. Thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate that. Let's go through and let's grab ourselves another embedded system. 4 days. They're looking for good quality. You are looking for good quality for 216,000. Okay, let's get to tomorrow. We're going to see our money just skyrocket. Boom. Yes, perfect. $113,000 in bonus cash. Okay, let's grab this logistics application right here. I'm going to accept that. We're going to put it onto the SCM because we haven't been doing that. Accept that. We're going to get to work on that. And guys, I am going to leave this episode here. We've done some great work so far. We've gotten lots of stuff done. We've gotten a huge amount of money already. We've expanded the team. We're on our way to our first $1 million. We're starting some bigger contracts. Here's what we're going to do in the next episode. We're going to go through. We're going to start working on deals. We're going to start working on getting a support team. I'll talk to you guys about all that here when we get there. But thank you everybody so much for watching this one. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.